Hello YouTubers. Gotta clear my throat. Counting down. You hear a squawking hawk in the background. Got my wood up. Today is Monday, and the last couple days I sawed some logs, and then they're calling for snow and rain and freezing rain. If you look outside, I'll just scan around. You can see it's very overcast and kind of muggy out. It's 33 degrees. So when they're calling for that, I bring up the wood, and then if I need to, I can just put the plastic over it. But what I did yesterday and the last few days, because I knew it was getting nasty, was just kind of prepare for the rain. So I put everything away today, thinking the rain would come in a little early, and I don't have a whole lot on the agenda that I feel like doing today. So I figured I'd go in there and do a movie of cleaning out the boiler tubes. This is a return tube boiler, so that means the fire is inside, which I try to clean it when it's a little cooler. You can kind of see it's glowing. It burns really efficient. Notice everything's nice and white. You look at a lot of boilers when you open them up, and they're all just smudge pots. They just burn black, and people put big stuff in there, and it causes creosote buildup, which I have creosote and all that kind of stuff too. This is the breech of the boiler up there. See this back thing? That's my stack temperature reading right now. It's almost, it's 250 degrees. It just went off a little while ago. But when I'm gonna be vacuuming, I vacuum the top set of tubes because I don't want the breech to fill up with ashes and stuff like that. And I don't know how much ashes is up there. You don't really know until you get in there and open it up. Ash wood makes a lot more fly ash. The pine makes a little more fly ash. So I'm going to show you what I do to get this up and running. It takes a couple minutes to get it, and I do this, try to do it, I used to do it once a month, and it just runs a little more efficient because the soot will start to build up in there, and you don't get quite as efficient of heat transfer. So that's the only reason you clean the tube. And it'll choke it down if it gets to a point real low. So just kind of looking in, I don't know how dirty it is. I really have no idea, but it's winter time, so the more you clean it, the better and more efficient it is. Even though there's 2 inches of insulation behind this, the heat still gets through, so I just put these on there to hold a little more heat on. This is a clean out door here for cleaning out the ashes, but I don't ever clean them out that way anymore. I just kind of scoop them out with a shovel. Now I gotta go get a ladder. I'll be back in a half a second, maybe 2 halves a second, 3 halves a second. Somebody threw away this ladder. You know that I'm a pack rat. Somebody threw away this ladder because one of the legs was broke. And what I did was saw them all off at the angle I needed. So we'll just set that there. See if you can, I gotta see if you can see what's going on up there. Now you saw me doing the clear. Now I gotta take this cover off. I've got insulation on it. I should have my glasses on, safety glasses, but I don't. That's what the door looks like. Now, most of the time I wear a respirator when I do this, but if I have the respirator on, then you couldn't hear me. And if it's too nasty in here, then I'll go ahead and put the respirator on, and you can just kind of see what it's like. You open this up, and it's not too awfully bad. I'll bring take the camera off so you can look at it, and get you up a little closer. I mean, I don't know how most outdoor wood boilers aren't like this. Most outdoor wood burners are water tube boilers instead of fire tube. So I don't know how we're doing here. The fire comes out from down there, comes in out these 3 holes. Then, like I said, it's a return tube boiler. So then it comes out and goes back up the outer section of holes. So there's so much heat transfer on here. This thing just unbelievable heat transfer. So that's what it looks like. It's not awful right now. I've had it worse. You know, when you close the door and the door makes this fan, because I have a real high forced draft fan on it. If it slows the fan down when you close the door, you know you might want to get in there and do some work. So I'm going to clean a few tubes. Now, what you got to do is you got to vacuum the upper ones, because I don't want this is where I was showing you the breach. I don't want that crud going back into the breach and filling that up. So I'll vacuum that out. Then the lower stuff I'll just push through into the burn thing. You got to do the upper ones first, because if you do the lower ones first, it starts to smoke. And if you do the upper ones first, then it's got enough draft to pull the smoke out. So I'll kind of show you that if I can. I know this is kind of at a crappy angle, but it's kind of the best I can do. Let me put my mittens on, because it'll get hot. I'm going to run a vacuum cleaner, so you probably have to, I got a big industrial vacuum cleaner that they threw out at a place because the motor went bad, and I said, I can fix a motor. Actually, it's got 2 motors on it, so you hear one kick in, then you'll hear the other one kick in. If I can find the switch, they're around back. I can't hit it with my mittens. Gotta take my mittens back off. Maybe it. There's both motors. Set that there for a second. You can hear the stuff going in. It gets too hot, the hose starts to melt, so I gotta keep an eye on that. Actually, this metal rod's supposed to get hot too. And I always vacuum the door off, get all the crud off of that. And the little thing there, I don't know. Anyhow, it's got a little warm, so then you got to cool it. Let it sit there and cool for a minute. Now here's a tool I made that'll run the tubes through. Now watch when I do the bottom one, it should probably start smoking. But see here, I can pull it back and I'll push the big amount through and then pull it. Starting to come up, but because I didn't clean all these top ones, it won't go out. It's not catching the draft and pulling it up. So now that that's cool, now that the hose is cooled, now I go back to vacuuming a little bit. Somewhere something clogged up. that's how I clean out the boiler. And I'll let you know how long it takes. Right now it's, I'll do a follow-up and show it. There's no point in watching the paint dry. Let me turn this vacuum off. Right now it's 1 o'clock. I don't usually get started to this, so I'll go ahead and clean it out and then show you what it looks like after I clean it out. You can see now that it's getting cold air, the breech temperature is down to, can't see that far, 200 degrees. So it's just a little bit hotter than I like to do, but it's leftover coals from last night. So let me clean it and then I'll show you the follow-up of after it's clean, putting it back together. Usually takes about a half hour. You guys don't need a half hour of watching this, and because you're not going to be on camera, I'll probably dilly-dally because I flutter away. Got to figure out what's wrong with the what's clogged up in the vacuum cleaner hose. So over and out for a little bit.